Oh, hi. Sorry you caught me while I was on my lunch break. And it's a good thing too because I am starving. I'm on this new diet, it's called micro meals, and the idea is that you'll lose weight if you eat less. Sounds kind of crazy to me. So here I have a little bit of chicken for protein. Tasty. Some bread for carbs. A carrot for orange. And a little slice of apple for dessert. Yeah, that was not enough. I think I'm gonna break out my snack now. Here I have some grape juice and a tiny little cracker. You know, this actually kind of looks like Sunday morning communion. Communion is something that Christians do on Sunday mornings. They get a small cracker and they get a little bit of juice and they pray. It's a lot more than just a micro snack though. It's one of the ways that we show obedience to Jesus. See, before Jesus was sent to the cross to die, he had one last meal with his disciples. When everyone was done eating dinner, Jesus passed around a loaf of bread and told them to eat this in remembrance of him. He said the bread represented his body that was going to be broken for the world. Then he passed around a cup of wine and told them to drink. He said the wine represented his blood, which would be spilled to pay for the sins of the world. The disciples did what Jesus said, even though they may not have totally understood what Jesus was saying, but later, after Jesus had died and was raised from the dead, they understood that communion was a time to remember the sacrifice Jesus made for them. And we do the same thing today because Jesus also died for us. Sure, it looks a little bit different. Instead of a loaf of bread, many churches use these small crackers, and instead of wine, we use grape juice. But what's important is that we take time to pause, like Jesus told us to, and remember what he did for us. You know, I guess it's a lot like my micro meals. I thought that eating less would make me lose weight, but instead all it's done is make me realize how hungry I am. And like the Bible says, eat, drink, and be merry. Hi kids, I'm Mr. Taylor from the future, and I just want to make sure that you know that everything that happened there was made up. My micro meals have nothing to do with this story today, but I was so hungry that my brain went a little haywire. In fact, after this, I screamed for 3 minutes straight and then ate an entire goat. But I feel much better now. Anyway, as I was saying before, communion is a really important time because we get to show obedience to Jesus. And not only that, but we get to pause and remember everything that he's done for us. He went to the cross and died for us, and because of that, we can be with him forever. All we have to do is declare with our mouth that Jesus is God and believe in our hearts that God raised him from the dead. And that's a promise. In fact, it's a very special kind of promise called a covenant. And when God makes a covenant, you can trust him to keep it. Maybe this is all old news to you, or maybe you've taken communion before but didn't really know what the purpose of it was, or maybe you've never taken communion before. Whatever the case, I hope that you can see that communion is a unique way that we get to remember God. If you have any questions about communion, I encourage you to go and ask your parents or your pastor about it. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you next time.